Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Tom. We are joined on the call by Tom Milsom.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. So
Very well, thank you.
So if any of you listeners out there don't know who Tom Milsom is, he's a YouTuber with a mass of about 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Pretty popular, I would say.
Yeah. So there is lots of so-called YouTube musicians on the internet, but you've said in the past, Tom, that you don't really describe yourself as one of those.
Well, I don't know what I describe myself as. Like, here's the thing. So I make music. I kind of leave the describing up to others because I just do what I do, and then if people want to describe me as a thing, like, that's totally fine. Like, if people are on the YouTubes and they want to, like, identify me as a YouTuber, that's okay, I guess. But primarily what I do is I make music.
Okay. Okay. So how has the platform of YouTube helped you with your career, I guess?
Well, I think probably if it hadn't been for YouTube, I wouldn't be making music anymore. I'd have like a normal job, and it would be really boring. But because of YouTube, I've been able to continue to make music, and I've gained like a base, and I can put songs out. I can put them on Tumblr or Twitter or whatever, and be like, "Hey, look, a new song! I've done a song." And then everyone can go, "Hooray!" Or alternatively, they can go, "Oh, I don't like this song," and then I change I can change what I do for the next time. But yeah, it's good to have an audience.
So do you prefer the sort of life and the career of being a musician who can just have that freedom to release when he wants, where he wants, than to actually be signed by a label?
So I've actually had experience with labels in the past. Like, I've talked to people in labels and stuff. And for a while I was in a band called Sons of Admirals. And that was quite exciting, but we were sort of associated with a label, and it was way limiting, like super limiting. Like, if there are any musicians out there, my advice is almost certainly to like go with doing the YouTube thing or doing like some kind of online thing. As long as you don't get too like sucked into the online-y kind of nature of it, like if you can stay true to yourself and maintain that kind of forward focus, then like I think going online and doing it yourself is way better than going with a label, because labels are like really restrictive in just the way that they move around and the way that they do things. It's really restricting.
Yeah, definitely.
So speaking of like Sons of Admirals, and I know you've done projects with Alex Day in the past. Do you prefer doing things in like groups or taking things like solo?
So I guess it's dependent, because like if I'm making music on my own, that's really great, and I can do things in that kind of vein, and that's really good. And I can work like on solo stuff, and I can produce my own music, and I can have my own ideas, and I can bring them fully to fruition on my own. But also, if I'm working with a band, then suddenly there's like this whole kind of collaborative thing, and you can work and create like the ideas together, and you can build things up. So there are like pluses and minuses to both. And working in any kind of scenario can work or can't work depending on the people who you're working with. Like, it's very, very much like a case-by-case basis, I've found. Like, because I've worked with so many people in like bands and also done solo work, and I've had like my solo stuff played by bands as well, which is I guess what I like the most probably, is like writing the stuff and then having like musicians come in and be like, okay, you did this, you did this, you did this. Like that's probably what I like the most, because I like being the big boss guy.
So we listened to Indigo before. How would you really describe your music as a whole?
So if someone comes up to me at a party and they say, "Hello, my name's Laura," and I go, "Hi, I'm Tom," and they go, "What do you do?" And I go, "Oh, I'm a musician," and they go, "Oh, cool, what kind of music do you make?" Which is like the inevitable next question. Like, if you go, "You're a musician," they're like, "What kind of music do you make?" What I tend to say is psych pop.
Okay.
Like psychedelic pop is the genre.
I've written psychedelica down. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Psychedelic pop is pretty much the genre that sort of, I guess, most effortlessly encompasses what I do. Although obviously I do things that kind of stretch the boundaries of that, and I do things that like go a little bit weird around kind of art poppy stuff and weird kind of art stuff. and I also do way more poppy stuff. But yeah, so psych pop seems to be a nice umbrella under which I can sit.
And you can definitely see that like juxtaposition with say Indigo and Let's Begin Again. They're two very very different songs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what? Yes.
Oh no, carry on.
No, you're going.
You're the guest. We want to hear you.
I was going to ask, did you play Let's Begin Again yet?
No, not yet. We're going to play Take Me Out now, though.
Oh, you're going to play Take Me Out? Okay, cool.
Okay, so this is Take Me Out by Tom Milsom.
Unsigned Live with Charlie and Mark.
Hello. Hello, Mark.
Hiya.
Hello, Tom. Oh, and he's not there.
Tom, where have you gone? Yeah, so we just been speaking to Tom, and he's here. Tom?
It's not working.
Oh well. So we've just been having a little chat with Tom before, and we've been getting quite a few people asking after the show, asking about me and Charlie, how we doing, what we've been up to, and we're also getting quite a few about Tom. So we'll ask them in a little bit, but unfortunately there's been a few technical difficulties.
I'll just put you back through.
We're pretty new to this, as you can probably tell.
Oh,
and of course we've got some great music coming up as well. I also discovered how hard it is to try and talk to while we're trying to solve problems. So that's really testing me.
Hello? Are you
hello.
Oh, hello, Tom. It's decided to join us again.
How are you doing?
Yeah, well, it's going pretty good, but technology and myself and Charlie don't really mix too well.
I understand.
So we've got a few questions from some listeners.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we're back. We're live. We're back live.
Yeah,
live.
Come on.
Excellent. Hello, everybody.
So Ming Lee has asked if we'll be seeing any more of some Sons of Admirals. Oh, is that era over?
Probably not. Probably like Sons of Admiral stuff, it's probably over. But like each of us are doing our individual things. Charlie is making short films right now.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. He's doing some really good short films. He's working on some stuff. I've actually seen some stuff that you guys haven't seen yet. It's working. It's really, really cool. Charlie's doing really cool stuff. Alex, I don't know what Alex is doing. Alex is like doing all kinds of entrepreneurial stuff. He's doing Life Scouts, and he's probably going to release more music in the future. Ed's doing lots of really cool folky stuff. And I'm obviously going to release organs and then continue to be experimental musician who will eventually take over the world.
And speaking of organs, when's that going to be out?
That's going to be out in September, I hope.
So is
there's
there
an element of hope there?
Is there much more to finish on that?
Yes. So I don't know if you guys know about a thing that Ben Cook is doing called Becoming YouTube.
Oh yes, indeed. We've got a question from Gemma about that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Would you like to ask that question right now?
We would love to.
Well, Gemma wants to know if you're going to be involved in any more Becoming YouTube episodes.
Right. Yes. Well, so there's one more episode of Becoming YouTube coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be in it. It's going to be really good. I've been working with Ben on it. It's kind of top secret at the moment, but I've been in close contact with Ben over the last number of days. We've been sort of hanging out together and working on this thing together. We've been writing and we've been doing music things, and so that's it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be very big, and it's going to be very featuring me.
And speaking of Becoming YouTube again, a song "Pipe," your new release, I guess. Pipes was in that a few episodes ago, and we're going to be playing that a little bit later in the show.
Yeah, great song.
Cool. Yeah. Here's the thing. So Ben is one of my closest friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ben Cook is one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
And so whenever I finish a song, I'll send it to him for appraisal, and I'll be like, "Oh Ben, I finished the song. What do you think? And he'll give me criticism, and he'll say, "Oh, this is normally he just says, "Oh, it's really, really good. I really love it." I'll listen to it, and he'll give sort of really, really nice criticism. So I always send my things to Ben, and then sometimes Ben will say, "Oh, I've just finished editing the new Becoming YouTube, and it turns out this song fits really, really well with this part, and I know you haven't released it yet, but I'll love you forever if you let me use it in this episode." And I was like, "Okay, fine." And then he uses it and then everyone really likes it, and then when I release the actual song, everyone goes crazy. So it's a pretty good working relationship.
Well, you should always know that if you want any constructive criticism, you can always send your new songs to Bishop FM. We would gladly listen to them.
Yes, much appreciated.
Gladly pirate them.
Speaking of pipes, the lyrics are really quite profound, and they have a lot of extensive vocabulary. What is the process in like developing a song like Pipes from start to finish?
So I guess I'm always thinking about things. I think I'm probably, like, this might be completely wrong. I don't know. I've never really like gauged this against other people. I like to think I'm probably more self-aware and self-conscious and like analytical of the things that I do all the time than other people who don't write song lyrics and who don't like write about their lives and who aren't sort of, cause, like, I see myself more as like an artist more than like a musician, really. Like I'll write things and I'll write songs and I'll do paintings and I'll do drawings and stuff, and they're all based on the things that I experience. So these things that I experience will come from life and just interacting with everyday circumstances, and I'll sort of try to verbalize them as I go, and then occasionally I'll verbalize things that will sound like good song lyrics, and sometimes I'll like come up with an event that crystallizes in a form that's like, oh, that will make a really good song. So with Pipes, I don't know how it happened, really. Like, it was a long time ago. Like, I wrote Pipes probably, like, 2-3 years ago.
Wow.
And it's only really recently surfaced. So, like, I wrote it 2 or 3 years ago, and then I recorded it a year ago. Less than a year ago, probably, like, 7 or 8 months ago. And so it's been around for a long time. So when you ask me to sort of go through, like, the process of Pipes, it's like, it's been like, two or 3 years in the making, and so it's quite hard to follow it through exactly. But, it's pretty much like I came up with the idea. I want to like understand humans better. I want to understand people. I wish I could like go into it. And the whole thing about organs as well, like the whole idea behind the Organs album, is that it's like it's about human beings. So it's got two like meanings of organs, as like organs as in big machines to make music with pipes and stuff. And then also the organs that are inside of our bodies, like hearts and livers and lungs and stuff. So, in terms of that, like, it's like I wanted to like draw a comparison between the two and like make like a link between the two. And it's like all human bodies are made of pipes, these like really complicated pipes that lead through and like make us alive and make us be living people. So I want to like understand. I want to cut open those pipes and understand the information inside of people, and that was like really the core idea of that song. And then of course you go through like the verses of like, okay, so first I want to cut open pipes to make like the world understandable, then I want to cut open pipes to make you specifically like the protagonist like muse, like the person is focusing on, like I want to cut those pipes open, and then I want to cut my own pipes open. I want to cut myself. It's like the grand like finale of the song. It's like I want to cut myself open, and there's a lot of about like cutting stuff open and seeing what's going on inside of you, and like trying to come to terms with like what's inside you, like physically, as well as like what's inside your body mentally and spiritually, and what's on the outside of your body. Like just trying to come to terms with like the real kind of like brutal animalistic nature of like what's inside of one's human body that exists, the animal that we all live inside.
Yeah, that's pretty deep, man.
Lots and lots of cutting. So
thinking about it.
And I really like Pipes because it's good to figure out. I've been trying to figure it out on piano, and I'm nearly there. Nearly figured out the whole song.
It's also very catchy. So
speaking of Pipes, we're going to play it now.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this is Pipes by Tom Milsom. Hello and welcome back. That was Pipes.
Yeah. Is Tom there?
Hello, hi.
Hey, so I know you're needing to go now, Tom. But thank you very, very much for coming.
Thank you.
No worries. I can probably take one more question. If you have any more questions, I can probably take another one.
Should we have one more?
Or should we have one more?
If you
can I ask a question? Because I've been wondering. It's been killing me. Because you seem to know so much about them. What is your favourite colour?
Okay, so my favorite color is probably purple.
Oh.
I guess that's like a really boring answer.
It's such a boring. There's like heliotrope,
malachite.
What
about the malachite?
sorry, everyone.
I have to say, everyone is bitterly disappointed with that answer.
Oh no! We've ended on a really disappointing note. Favorite colours like ultraviolet.
So, just a few things. Sophie says you're a top walrus. Megan John Hannah Swinburne says hello. And Callum Atkinson loves High School Musical.
And also, we got a message from someone called Tracy Beaker, and that's saying, "Hey Tom, are you paying too much for your car insurance?"
Excellent. Well, if that happens, I am. So I'll have to get back to Tracy Beaker.
Time is money. Stop wasting money. So, just one final thing, Tom. You spoke before about having some gigs coming up.
Yeah. So I'm playing at the Summer in the City. I'm playing at Summer in the City proper in Alexandra Palace in August, but also I'm playing at the warm-up shows, which are all around the country, all around the UK, over the next month and a half. So if you want to see me live in the next month and a half in the UK, I think it's like we're playing like Manchester, Edinburgh, Bristol, all kinds of places, like all over the UK. So look that up. Go to the Summer in the City website. I'm not sure what it is. You can just Google like Summer in the City warm-up tour, and it'll come up. So.
Okay, thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you for dropping by and speaking to us on the phone.
No worries.
And sorry about the technical hitches. So we're going to play a bit of Neutral Milk Hotel now, and this is King of Carrot Flowers.